Friends, in this class we are discussing next another important lesson in geography. So that is here they given Indian water resource. So in this class we are discussing, this is one of the important resource, natural resource, water resource also, one of the best example for natural resource. So in what are the types of water resource we are getting in India, and what was the uses in that water resource, and what was the water project we have created or we have built in India. So these are the matters we are discussing in this class. So before that we want to know why this one is need, water resource. So we all are commonly, basically we are knowing that only this is a common needable natural resource, that is water resource. Without water human beings cannot live. So that much of needable things, that is water. And in our daily life purpose for also we need water. So without water we cannot do any work. So here they saying uses in here they saying for the purpose of drinking, and second one here they saying cooking, washing, agriculture, generation of hydroelectricity and industries, navigation and fishing. So this is some of the examples. So in that purpose basic needable things are resource, that is natural water resource. So that's why we want to should secure this water resource, that much of needable things. So next one here they say, when we are discussing about Indian water resource, we can see plenty of water resource in India. We are getting in different types of sources we are getting water resource in India. People they are getting in India. So which are the types we can see? Here they say for sometimes we are getting by rivers, and we can see sufficient rainfall also is there in India, and another one extensive surface water also we can see, and groundwater also we can see. So these like in India we can get plenty or sufficient of water resource. That much of water resource we can get in the place of India. And next one here they say, based on water resource we can classify as the two types of water resource. One is surface water resource, second one is groundwater resource. So groundwater resource means we all are knowing commonly. We want to know now what is meant by surface water resource, and what is the contents we can see, or what are the types we can see in surface water resource. So here they are saying the resource, surface water resource are rainfall, are rivers and lakes, tanks and springs. So these are the best examples for surface water resource. We are seeing this one in upper layer of our earth. We are getting water also in upper layer of earth. So these like in India we can see there are two types of water resource. One is groundwater resource, second one is here they are saying way, that is here they are saying surface water resource. So these like we can see there are two important water resource. But when we are discussing about the water resource in India, we want to know most of the peoples or most of the agriculture work they are getting the water resource by a river system. So that much of contribution providing by rivers. In India we all are knowing most of the peoples they adapted work as agriculture or other agriculture related works, but for them they need water. So how they getting water resource? By a river system. So here they say in that we want to now discuss what was the major rivers are flowing in India, and how much distance, and what was the facilities they providing by the particular rivers. So that only now we want to know. So here they saying the major rivers we can see India, we can see the river system, that is one of the natural resource, and here they saying this river system most useful resource in India. So because of here they saying what are the uses are there in that river system in here they saying the purpose of irrigation and generation of hydro power and inland waterways and fishing. So in these purpose for river system is most useful or most usable natural resource in India. So that like they are saying. And another one, So we want to know, here we can classify as that there are two types of water resource in India. That means here they say there are two types of groups, they already divided by water rivers or flowing shape are the users of that particular waters. On that base we can see there are two types of, we can see by a river system. One is here they saying by the rivers of North India, and second one is the rivers in South India. What we are discussing about the rivers of North India, that is only users, we are getting the users in only North India. So what are the rivers we are studying about the rivers of South India? So in that river scene we are getting users only the peoples of South Indian peoples. So now we want to know what are the importance rivers in North India and South India. So first one here they given the rivers of North India. So commonly we can see these rivers, the North India rivers is Himalayan rivers. So why we want to call this one North rivers as a Himalayan rivers? Because of most of the, not only most of the, totally the rivers birthplace in North India's rivers, that is Himalayan range. So that's why they give a name as a Himalayan rivers. Especially in India, we want to discuss there are three important rivers we can see in North Indian rivers. So first one here they are saying that is Indus, second one is Gangas, and third one is Brahmaputra. In three rivers also very important rivers in North India or North Indian rivers. So now we want to know each one by one. Indus, where that one birthplace, how much kilometer flowing in India. So this one now we want to know. So first one here they given the river of Indus. So this rivers is, or this one rivers we can say another name, that is Sindhu river. Indus or Sindhu river. This river's birthplace is Mount Kailash in Tibet. The Indus river birthplace is not in India. The Indus river birthplace is Mount Kailash. This one located in Tibet. And next one point here they say this river flowing in beginning in northwest side. In beginning northwest side. After that this one flow southwest. First northwest, after that southwest. And after that this one entered to Pakistan. So after that this one join in Arabian Sea in the place of Karachi. So this is a flowing shape of Arabian Sea. In beginning they are saying by northwest, after that southwest. So after that entered to Pakistan. After that the Sindhu river merged with the Arabian Sea in the place of Karachi. So that means now we want to know how much kilometers this one flowing. So here they totally 2897 kilometers the distance of Sindhu river. And in India, how much kilometers this one Sindhu river is flowing means only 709 kilometers. In India, we can see only 709 kilometers. So most of the part or most of the kilometers Sindhu river flowing in the region of Pakistan. Only some kilometers we can see in the place of in India. So after that we want to know, here we can see some of the branch rivers also, tributaries rivers for Indus. So here they given one is Jhelum and Chenab. After one another given Bais, Ravi and Sutlej. So these are the important tributaries river for Indus river. So after the Indus river, we want to know another important river in North India. So that is the Ganga. The Ganga is one of the important river and largest river in India. This is one of the largest river, and the total kilometers here they are saying 2525 kilometers, and this one birthplace is Gangotri. The birthplace of Ganga river, that is Gangotri. So in that place in birth by Ganga river. After that this one, next one they given the shape of the flowing water of Ganga. Here they given first towards the south, after that south to east, after that entered to Bangladesh, and Bangladesh to this one join with Brahmaputra river. After that this one, after the join of Brahmaputra river, here they saying this one continues to Padma. They give a name as a that one particular river, they give a name as in Bangladesh, they calling as a Padma. After that this river joining with or merged with Bay of Bengal. So this is the flowing direction of Indus river, sorry, Gangas river. First one total kilometers is 2525. So here they given direction first south, after that southeast, after that this one joining in Bangladesh. After that in Bangladesh they are calling this one joining with Brahmaputra, but they are calling as a Padma. So finally this river merged with Bay of Bengal. So this is the direction of Gangas, and we can see some of the tributary rivers or sub-branches river for Gangas. So what are the rivers we can see? First one here they given Yamuna, after that here they given Ghagra, after that Gadak, after that another one given Ramganga, after Gamati, Sarada, San and Kosi. And in that Yamuna is one of the important tributary for Ganga river. So these are the important points about Ganga. One is the total distance, and another one the longest river in India. Total distance is 2525, and the direction. First south, after the southeast, enter to Bangladesh, merged with Brahmaputra, after they calling as the Padma. Finally, this river merged with Bay of Bengal. So these are the important points about Ganga river. So after the Ganga river, another important river in North India, that is the Brahmaputra. So Brahmaputra also one of the important river. So this one birthplace is Lake Manasa Sarovar. This place also is in not India, this one in Tibet. And what we discussed, there are two important rivers. Both rivers also birthplace is Tibet. One is Indus or Sindhu, Mount Kailas, that one located in Tibet. Another one here they given Brahmaputra, birthplace is Lake Manasa Sarovar. This place also located in Tibet. And here they given the direction, this flows towards east. After that, when enter into, here they give narrow gorge or narrow valleys of Arunachal Pradesh. After that, this one going for west and turn to Bangladesh. And finally, this one joining with Ganga and finally merged with Bay of Bengal. In beginning, Manas Sarovar. After that, here they are saying east. After that, this one flowing to east. After that, one entering to Arunachal Pradesh. After that, Bangladesh. Bangladesh in this Brahmaputra rivers merge with Ganga. Already told in that place in Bangladesh place in they are calling as the Padma river. So joining with Padma river. After that, finally this one merging with Bay of Bengal. So this is flowing direction of Brahmaputra river. And here they given the total length of Brahmaputra river. Here they given 2589 kilometers. 2589 kilometers. So these are the important rivers flowing in North India. One is Ganga, second one is we have discussed about Sindhu, after that Brahmaputra. So these are the important rivers. So after this one, we want to know about the rivers of South India. And when we are discussing about the South Indian rivers, especially this one called as a peninsular rivers. So why they are calling as a peninsular rivers? Because of these rivers birthplace is Western Ghats. What we are discussing about the South Indian rivers, so these rivers birthplace is Western Ghats. So which are the important rivers we can see here in South Indian rivers? So here they given one by one: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, Narmada, Tapi and their tributary rivers. So these are the important rivers we can see in South Indian rivers as a South Indian rivers. And another point we want to know, based on direction, the flowing direction of the river system, on that based in South Indian rivers, we can see as there are two types. One is east flowing rivers, second one is west flowing rivers. But most of the rivers in South India, that one flowing in east side and joining with Bay of Bengal. So now we are discussing one by one which are the rivers are east flowing rivers and how many kilometers and their tributaries and the birthplace of that particular rivers. So this one now we are discussing. So in that first one here they given the river Mahanadi. The river Mahanadi, this one birthplace is Shaiva range. This is also in South Indian Western Ghats. So after that here they are saying the total distance of this this river, that is 851 kilometers. So this is total distance of, here they given Mahanadi. Birthplace is Shaiva. So after the Mahanadi, we want to know another important river, that is the Godavari. Godavari is one of the longest river in South India. The total distance, this one here they given, that is 1465 kilometers. And the birthplace of Godavari, here they given Triambakam. So Triambaka is the birthplace of Godavari river and South Indian largest river. So after this one Godavari, another important river we can see in east flowing river, that is the Krishna. The Krishna, the birthplace here they given, that is Here they given Mahabaleshwara, that is the birthplace of Krishna river, and the total kilometers here they given 1400 kilometers. And we can see for the Krishna river there are some tributary rivers or sub-branches rivers also we can see. So what are the important sub-branches or tributaries for Krishna river? So here they given, first one is Bhima, second one is Tungabhadra, after that Koyna, another one here they given Chataprabha, after that Malaprabha. So these are the important tributaries for Krishna river. And last, another important river, east flowing river, that is the Kaveri. Here they given the river Kaveri, this one birthplace is, here they given Talakaveri, means in Kodagu. And this one, here they saying this also joining with Bay of Bengal. And we can see some of the tributaries for the river of Kaveri. So here they saying Emavati, Shimsa, Kapila, Arkavati, Lakshmana Tirtha, after that Suvarnavati and Bhavani. So these are the important tributary rivers for Kaveri. And when we are discussing about east flowing rivers, especially we have discussed 4 important rivers. One is Kaveri, second one is Krishna, after that Godavari and Mahanadi. In that 4 rivers also joining in the place of Bay of Bengal. This one flowing in east side, after that finally this one joining in the place of Bay of Bengal. And in that we want to know about the birthplace of each rivers. First one Mahanadi, Shaiva, Godavari, here they given the birthplace is Triyabhaka. After that here they given Krishna, Krishna for they given Mahabaleshwara. After that Kaveri, Talakaveri. So these are the birthplace. And another important point, the longest river in South India, that is Godavari. And another point now we want to know, now we have discussed about east flowing river. Next now we want to know about west flowing rivers. In South India, we can see some of the rivers that are flowing in the direction of west. Especially we can see important rivers in that, in west flowing rivers, there are 2 important rivers we can see. One is Narmada, second one is Tapi. So this both also, this one flowing in the direction of west, finally joining in the river system or in the place of Arabian Sea. This is the direction of Narmada and Tapi. So here they are saying one by one. First one is about the river of Narmada. Here they given this one birthplace is Amarakantaka, hills of Maharashtra, in that place in this one birthplace. And total distance here they given 1312 kilometers. And this one flowing in Marle Groch, means this is the one of the hilly station. In that hilly range in this one flowing. After that finally this one joining in the place of Arabian Sea. So after that another near they given the Tapi. This one birthplace is here they given Multi. So the birthplace is Multai. And the total distance here they given 724 kilometers. This river also joining in the place of Arabian Sea. And now we want to only 2 rivers we can see in the west flowing rivers. No, we can see some other rivers also. We can see these rivers also flowing in west side. So what are the rivers? Other rivers we can find out. So here they given, especially Sabramati, Mandavi, Zurai, Bedti, Sharavati, Kali, Netravati and Periyar. So these are the important rivers. These rivers also flowing in the side of or direction of west and joining with of Arabian Sea. So these are the important points about South Indian rivers. South Indian rivers we are called as a peninsular rivers because of most of the rivers birthplace is Western Ghats. So that's why we are called as a peninsular rivers. So in that we have discussed there are 2 types of rivers based on direction. One is east, second one is west. East in we have discussed there are 4 important rivers: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. In that in Godavari is longest river in South India. And west flowing rivers in there are 2 important rivers. One is Narmada, second one is Tapi. So next class we can discuss about, already we have discussed India, the most of the people they work as a agriculture work. That means in agriculture field they need water resource. How they utilizing the river system in, how they utilizing the water for agriculture work? By a irrigation system. So next class we can discuss about what is meant by irrigation and what was the methods they used by farmers to utilize the water by irrigation method. So these are the matters we can discuss in next class. Okay, thank you.